Wild Whisper design team and Everyday Inspiration. Everyday Inspiration is a series that Christy, Crystal, Daisy, Dolly, Lisa, and myself have been doing for a few years now. We absolutely adore it. And this year we decided we're actually going to do it every second month instead of every month, and we're going to invite some guests to join us. So this month we have the uber talented Jackie, who we invited to come and join us and share an everyday inspiration photo from her life, and that's what we're all going to be using to inspire our layouts. So you saw it there at the beginning. It's a shopping cart with some groceries in it, and I was trying to think of a way that I could use the design of the picture to kind of create the design of my layout. So I'm using all Wild Whisper stuff. This is the Until We Eat Again collection that the amazing Jen from Flip Appeal Designs designed for Wild Whisper. Please go check out all of her socials. They'll be down in the comment box or in the description box below, not the comment box. Go and love all her stuff because she is absolutely incredible. And you can see by all of these papers that I've been showing that she's super, super talented and just created these super fun, punny collections, which I love because you can take it in so many different directions. But definitely the whole idea of food from Jackie's inspiration photo is sort of where my jumping off point was. I wanted to do these pictures that I have of my husband and I having our little car date way back in the early days of COVID when restaurants kind of opened back up, but you couldn't actually eat in. So we had a little car date. And so that was the angle I was going. And instantly went to this collection from Jen. And then the other kind of inspiration I'm pulling from the photo, like I said, is the design, sort of this idea of an angled element or layer coming out kind of in the same perspective as the shopping cart. And then my pictures, I kind of want to jumble up somehow in the shopping cart area. You'll see when it all comes together. So yeah, that's sort of where I got all of the different ideas and inspiration. And so now I'm just doing a little bit of mixed media here in the back of this plain white cardstock. I love doing mixed media. I haven't done it in a while. We were chatting with Jackie the other day and she was doing mixed media, and I thought, okay, I really need to do some of that because it's been a hot minute since I've kind of pulled out all of my stuff and played around and just had fun. So I picked the colors that I'm using from the papers, that sort of beautiful navy blue, and then it's a mint green and kind of a peachy coral color. So when my little droplets dry, you'll see that they actually dry a lot lighter, and I think I did pretty good kind of matching the colors. I have to say, I gave myself a bit of a pat on the back. I know you guys have seen me trying to mix up coral and peach before, and it takes me a long time to kind of get that exact shade that I'm looking for, but I think I did pretty good this time. Same with the mint. So while that is drying, I'm just going to go ahead and start working on the actual layers in the design. So I love this one piece of paper. I love both sides of it. Because we're going on a date in the picture, I kind of wanted the kind of peachy coral side because it has hearts in it, and then it has the spoon and the fork. And then the other side of that paper, though, has all the different kind of takeout images. So a pizza box and like a burger bag and a drink and a little like box with chopsticks in it. So kind of those iconic takeout images. So I'm going to cut it in half so that I can actually use both pieces. And here you can see is where I'm kind of cutting the angles that make it look a little bit like the shopping cart. I'm not trying to mimic a shopping cart exactly, but just that angle. It's something a little bit different. It's probably not something I would ever think to cut my paper, one piece of paper kind of at an angle like that. So I thought that was kind of fun, just playing with design and with the papers and how to arrange them and create something that's a little bit unique. And then you saw I kind of backed the photos, and then I do change how I end up putting them onto the layout, but I was kind of thinking like making them look like the groceries that Jackie has in her cart. So there's both sides of that paper, and then I used some of that navy blue paper with the dots on it, just again for a bit of a kind of fun shape. And then also I just love the navy blue, and I think it really contrasts with the minty color and that kind of peachy color. And here I'm going for one of the branding strips because I just wanted something that sort of went horizontally across the page and kind of broke everything up so your eye really kind of pays attention to the fact that I cut that paper at a weird angle that I might not normally do. And if you have any of Jen's collections, you know that the branding strips are actually one of the best parts because that's where she always has super funny puns kind of written across them. So don't throw those out. They are gold. You want to use them in all of your layouts. Here are some of the bits of ephemera as well from the ephemera pack, and I'm going to keep the embellishments pretty minimum. I don't want to add too much to it because I'm using 3 busy pattern papers and I have 4 pictures, which I don't do a lot. So it's all kind of a lot of busy stuff going on in the center of the layout. So I didn't want to add too much ephemera that might take your eye away from the pictures and kind of the whole design of it. So we'll go ahead and put it all together. And I think it actually ends up looking really cool. It's I don't know if I never told you that it was inspired by a shopping cart, I don't think you would ever look at it and go, oh, look, it's a shopping cart. But when I look at it, I can clearly see the sort of perspective of someone pushing a cart and kind of looking out to their cart. So that kind of pops out to me right away. And I don't know, it was kind of fun to do something a little bit different. There are lots of people, I know you guys are probably like, Jen, I cut my papers like this all the time. I don't tend to do that. I don't tend to do, angles or triangles or anything like that. I don't really know why. I should do it more often, but for me, this is definitely kind of just like a fun, different thing. So here I'll just do 2 little embellishment clusters on either side. And so the one is sort of like the takeout bag with the burger on it, and then the heart, and then that navy blue circle is actually also has a heart in it. And then on the left side there, I just added that big cup, the drink like pop cup, and the fork and the spoon, and then the heart as well. And that cup actually gives me a really good place to do some journaling. And then here I'm just trying to figure out where I wanted that mixed media to go. I think originally I wasn't intending to have this layered paper piece be quite so big, so you would have seen more of the mixed media, but I just really loved all the patterns, and I wanted to make sure that all of them had kind of equal opportunity to be showcased. So I decided to go ahead and put the splatters down at the bottom of the page, and then there's sort of, all this busyness going on up at the top of the page, and then it's a little bit more plain at the bottom of the page. It gives your eye a place to kind of rest. And then the only non-Wild Whisper thing that I'm going to throw on here are these stickers that I'm going to use for my title. I've been working on getting these used up for months and months and months, and I'm so close. There are really not a lot of phrases left over. So I picked the one that says, "Oh, happy day." And then right in the heart, I'm actually going to add the word date. So it'll say, "Oh, happy date day." And then I will just do a little bit of journaling to kind of explain what it is we're doing. And as you can see, I am super low on these navy blue stickers. These are from Simple Stories. I have to get a bunch more of them. I tend to use these more than any other alphas that I own. I don't know why. They just seem to be the right size for what I like to use for titles, and they're so easy to MacGyver. You can see here I'm using a C, a V, and a P, and a B to make the word date, if you can believe it. So the C became the D, and I used an N, one of the straight vertical lines of the N, to kind of give the C a flat edge on the one side. The V became an A. I just flipped it upside down and used a little piece to create the horizontal line in the A. The P became a T. I cut off the circle end and just used a chunk of it to create the bar at the top of the T. And then the B became an E. I just cut off the rounded bubbles and it was an E. And that's how I did it. And then I just finished it off with some Wild Whisper sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps, and I'm all done. That's my layout for this month. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This one was really fun to put together, and once I had the idea in my mind, it just kind of all clicked and came together really easily. Please follow all the links down below for all the other ladies that are playing along this month, and remember to click that subscribe button. I really, really appreciate it. Until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.